Well, the uptick in COVID cases in children has reignited the debate over vaccine mandates for teachers as more and more students head back to school. California is yet to mandate the vaccine for public school teachers. For more on that, we are joined by 7th grade math teacher Juana Rodarte, and she's joining us as part of our week-long series, The State of Education as Americans Get Ready to Head Back to School. And we've got our very own Reggie Wade joining in on the conversation as well. Juana, it's good to talk to you today. Walk me through the specifics of your school right now, how you're thinking about your safety as well as the safety of students without the proper mandates in place.
Well, good morning. And first of all, the first thing I did when the vaccine was available to teachers, when I got my letter, I went and got it. It was a priority because I don't want to be bringing home to my family and friends, something, knowing that I could have prevented that. Students, well, not all of them are going to be vaccinated. And that's going to be tough because we're going to be wearing masks inside the classroom, on the buses, but nutrition and lunch, they're not going to be required to wear their mask. And so not all of them are vaccinated. And, it's a choice. And I really do hope that every student that can get vaccinated does get vaccinated.
Juana, Reggie Wade here. Do you believe that the mitigation strategies that have been taken by your school district will keep school open throughout the year?
That's a tough one, really tough one. I mean, they're doing their best, but I got to tell you, I work at a school where our air conditioning system, every year when we return back from summer, it's not functioning. I mean, I've been at open back to school night and I'm drenched in sweat and parents are in there sweating with me. I'm introducing them to the classroom. And just this week, I mean, I've been there and the AC is not working. And I'm like, wow, we have no windows, one door, and we're all going to be wearing masks indoors. This is going to be very interesting. We're going to try. We're really going to try, but wow, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go.
What are you hearing from the parents of students? Are they confident in the measures the school has taken?
They're asking a lot of hard questions, I hear, of our administrators, and they definitely want their students back in the classroom because there has been a learning loss. But there is also that concern, right, that maybe I chose my child not to be vaccinated, maybe my child doesn't qualify for the vaccine, and they're going to bring it home, And so I know our administrators are getting tough questions, and it's hard. It's day by day. I mean, it's just day by day. Even when we're online, it was day by day too, because you didn't know if I was the one that was going to get sick and I had to call in and ask for help or somebody take over classroom or whatnot. So it's going to be very tough. And honestly, it's just a day-to-day business right now.
Yeah, and Juana, obviously it's day-to-day business, but you guys are kind of under the gun here in terms of the pressure of getting back in and doing this well. I mean, when we talked to a superintendent in Iowa yesterday, he was talking about not knowing if there were going to be enough substitutes to kind of make up for the teachers that weren't going to be coming back this year. I mean, when you look at staffing there at your school and kind of stress levels from teachers as well, I mean, how do you assess the situation when it comes to those resources?
Wow, it's going to be so tough because it's, I think, countrywide that the lack of substitutes, teachers leaving, not choosing to go back because we have to go back into the physical classroom. And, they might have immune problems that they just don't want to expose themselves to. I mean, just my colleague yesterday told me that she might not start the week. And I'm like, wow, is there going to be a substitute for the first week in your physical classroom? And I know our administrators at our school have been so supportive. They will step up and they will handle the classroom, but who's going to be teaching the children, right? Who's going to provide whatever education they need right now that we can give them? So that's going to be tough. I mean, honestly, I try never to be absent just because I want to have consistency and provide to my students as much as I can while I have them physically in the classroom. But this year is different. It's, we're sick. If I'm sick, they get sick. I mean, the learning loss, I feel it's going to continue. It's going to continue. It started before COVID. Yeah. It got worse during COVID, and it's a live and learn here.
Juana, on the education front, how are you looking at this knowledge gap that we have seen open up over the last year? I mean, we've heard plenty of struggles of parents, getting their kids to sort of focus on online learning. Those teachers saying they've had some students who've gone missing, some because they didn't have the connectivity in place. I mean, this opens up a whole nother discussion about how you structure your classes when the learning experience has been so uneven over the last year.
So definitely, for sure, all that happened to me last year. It is important to be in a physical classroom because I can ensure that my students, while they're there, they're learning, they're thinking, they're processing, because I'm making sure of that, and online, just the computer alone is a distraction for them. Sure, they could connect to Zoom, but at the same time, they're watching their videos, gaming, or they have the computer screen off. I can't see them. The video is not running. I don't know if they're asleep, if they're working or not. But when they're physically in my classroom, that's already hands up. Okay, we're here to go. Let's do some learning. We're going to get into the math. We're going to have discussions. We're going to think. We're going to process. We're going to work. And I could see that productivity happening in my classroom. Whereas online, wow, that was a whole different story.
What's one thing that makes you hopeful as we come into this new school year that might look a lot like the last, unfortunately?
So I'm glad we're going to be back in the classroom. Definitely glad about that. I'm not happy that our AC at our campus is not running. So we're going to be hot and stuffy in there for I don't know how long. I am very happy that I'm going to physically see my students and get to engage with them and see, even if mask up, and if I go out in nutrition and lunch, which I usually do, I'll be able to see them like full face and see them, the way they interact with each other, their smiles, their laughs, their goofiness. All that was missing from the regular classroom. And it's what makes teaching enjoyable, when children are there participating and engaging with you and you have that human aspect of it. So I look forward to all of that. How long is it going to last? I don't know, right? We have this outbreak happening, and I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to last. All I know is going to start the classroom physically, but I'm also starting an online classroom. I'm going to continue with that in case I need to fall back with that.
Well, Juana, we wish you the best of luck as you begin the new school year. I know it's been a challenging last 18 months or so. Juana Rodarte, she's the 7th grade math teacher at Merced Intermediate in Montebello, California. And our thanks to Reggie Wade as well for joining in on the conversation.